Here are 4 real estate traps that I see a lot of real estate investors getting caught up in that you should definitely avoid. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Sawan Belcher. This is me taking action on Instagram. Today I want to share with you something that I see popping up super common right now with some of my students and some of my friends that are in the business. Now, the first one is paying retail for properties. You know, I know most people are gonna think, oh, of course we're not gonna pay retail, but a lot of people do it on accident. So we're marketing for off-market property, we're making offers to sellers, but for whatever reason, our conscience says that, oh, this rehab is only 15 grand, oh, this rehab is only 20 grand. But in actuality, we should have went to a contractor. You know, matter of fact, we should have went to 3 contractors and got a full scope of work and 3 estimates to really see what it's gonna cost versus going off of our preconceived notion that, hey, it's only gonna be 15 grand. And so by the time you buy that property at what you thought was a discount, and now you go over budget 20 grand, now you're back at the retail number. You could have just bought a pretty house to begin with, okay? Now, don't buy at retail, no matter what. No matter if it buying on the MLS, because we can definitely buy properties at a discount on the MLS. No matter if you're buying property off market and you think you got a good deal, actually run the numbers and have a team to help you out to figure out if this is good numbers. A good contractor, a good realtor that can get you a good CMA, a good property manager that can actually give you good quotes on how much you're gonna be renting it for, you know, and a good private money lender that's not gonna gouge your eyeballs when you're a month behind your term, or, you know, you're a little short on the rate. The second thing I want you to avoid is calling yourself a wholesaler. Okay, in real estate investing, wholesaling property or signing contract is just one exit strategy. Now, I think wholesaling is the best exit strategy for almost every deal. You know, for example, our average deal size on a rehab is 25 grand, okay? Our average wholesale deal is about 12 grand. But when I get a deal on a contract, in order for me to figure out what's going to be my exit strategy, the very first thing I do is put that property up on my website so I can dispo and determine what kind of assignment fee that we can get. If I get a 20 grand assignment fee, almost always I'm assigning the contract because my average rehab profits is only 25 grand, but it takes me 8 months, you know, few months to rehab the property, a few months to sell it, you know, and a couple months for the buyer to close, you know. So if I'm able to get 20 grand on an assignment, it's gone. But I don't call myself a wholesaler. When I'm talking to sellers, I refer to myself as a buyer. When I'm talking to cash buyers and they ask me why am I wholesaling it, and I say because I'm a real estate investor. Start calling yourself a real estate investor and you'll find yourself doing more options. You'll find yourself doing more exit strategies that make you more money per deal. Because at the end of the day, we just want to make the most amount of money with the deal that we have doing the least amount of work. Okay, so that will start to change your mindset. Well, how can I make an additional $2,000 on this deal versus getting, you know, another deal on the contract? How can I increase my average deal size? You know, how can I spend less on marketing and make more per deal? When you stop calling yourself a wholesaler, you'll be able to come up with those answers. Number 3 is only doing one strategy. Okay, only doing one strategy. Now, in the very beginning of your real estate investing journey, I do believe one marketing stream and one exit strategy is awesome. So that way you stay hyper focused and you can really get the ball turning. But after a while, you're gonna have to expand your knowledge base. You're gonna have to expand multiple ways to acquire. So, you know, maybe it won't just be a bunch of cash deals. Maybe you'll open yourself up to some seller financing opportunities where you talk to a seller, you realize that they don't owe anything on the property, and you start, you know, showing them the benefits of why them carrying the note for you is more beneficial than them getting cash. You know, and then you start opening it up as the market changes and you realize now is a good time to take over mortgages because you as a real estate investor, the loans that you get now are bad, but you can take over really good loans. So maybe you'll implement subject to on the acquisition side, or maybe on the exit side. Of course, like I said, our main exit strategy is assigning, but maybe we consider buying it as is and listing it on the MLS as is so we can make more money, or rehabbing or having a rental property. At the end of the day, you are a real estate investor, okay? You're not a real estate hoarder. So just because you know how to buy a bunch of rental properties, if you need to let one of them things fly so you can free yourself up from, from a property that's not maximizing as much as it should, then you will. Okay, you're not a wholesaler, because if you need to take down a property because that's going to get you the most amount of income, then that's what you can do. And number 4 is not doing enough marketing to sellers or buyers. Okay, because at the end of the day, we have to market to sellers and to buyers. How are buyers going to know that we exist, that we have opportunity for them to make money on, if we're not marketing to them? How do sellers know that we exist if we're not reaching out to 300, 400, 500, 1,000 people a day? A lot of people will ask me, well, how much money are you using towards marketing? Who cares? I market every single day. Marketing is a never-ending thing. What matters is that you're marketing to sellers. Okay, now you might change up your strategy of how you're going to market to sellers, but at the end of the day, we need so much marketing that it doesn't have any option but to bring us leads. Okay, now for more real estate investing advice, I'm going to leave this video right here, so that way when you're doing these, when you're avoiding all of these traps, you guys can lock deals up on the contract and make your next $5,000, $15,000, $20,000 check. Peace.